I want to tell you a story. Once upon a time, the husband worked hard every day. He would get up, go to work, come back home. But when he'd come back home, he would get this nagging, argumentative wife. Why didn't you empty the trash? Why didn't you pay the bills? Why you wearing that? Why you looking at me like that? Yeah. This nagging wife. She didn't say welcome home. She didn't give him a kiss and tell him, she's glad to see him, glad he made it home. This nagging wife. She didn't say welcome home. She didn't give him a kiss and tell him, she's glad to see him, glad he made it home. Say, oh, yeah. That's right. But even though the child witnessed this, he couldn't say anything because that's mom and dad. So all of a sudden, something happened. Instead of the husband coming home straight from work, he began to go to the bar. We're calling that bar the Rooftop. So he began to go to the bar and he would sit with the boys and he would just talk and he would vent, he would complain, and he'd sit there, eat, drink, whatever he wanted to do. But it was peaceful. It was his place of escape from the job and from the nagging wife. So then he ended up coming home late. And this happened. This went on for a few weeks. And when he'd get home late, she'd still nag him. One day, the mom was walking in the kitchen and the little son was following her. She began to go through the house and she was like, your daddy, he's sorry. He sucks. He ain't no good. He lazy. He ain't no good. And the child is hearing this, hearing mom talk about the dad that he loved. So he told her, he said, Mom, please don't talk about daddy like that. Daddy's a good man. He loves you and he loves me. And that's why he goes to work every day to provide for us. Mom says, no. He ain't no good. He just ain't no good. And the poor little boy began to cry. So he walked over and sat on the sofa and just had his head down crying. Dad walks in the house. As soon as he walks in, he walks over to the son, kisses him, walks to the kitchen to give mom a kiss. Don't kiss me. Don't kiss me. Get away from me. Don't even touch me. You are sorry. You're a sorry excuse for a husband. You're just sorry. You're just pitiful. Just being ranting on him, just going in on him. And another thing, you need to empty this trash. You need to empty it. It ain't been emptied in 2 days. Ooh, how much trash can you have in 2 days? I don't know because I didn't live with her. But anyway, as we move forward, the husband says, you know what, wife? I'm going to get the trash. But let me run upstairs for a minute, change clothes, and then I'll be back down. Why can't you do it now? Why can't you do it now? And as she's steady nagging, the dad is walking away, waving his hand. I'll be back. I'll be back. I promise you I'll be back to empty that trash. I promise you I'll be back to empty that trash. So he goes upstairs. He begins to, he gets in the shower, changes his clothes. But as he's doing this, he's also praying to God, Lord, just help my wife to see that this is not the way it's supposed to be. Help her to learn to love me and appreciate who I am, and help me to be a better husband when I fall short. Let me continue to love her and be the type of man that she needs me to be. And so, as he's praying for her, we go flip downstairs. She's banging stuff, slamming stuff, just frustrated with him. And the son, we go flip downstairs. She's banging stuff, slamming stuff, just frustrated with him. And the son, again, is still looking, sitting on the sofa, just looking at mom. And he walks over to her. He finally gets up and goes to her again. And mom, again, is still looking, sitting on the sofa, just looking at mom. And he walks over to her. He finally gets up and goes to her again. And Mom, please stop arguing with Dad. We don't want to lose him. We don't want him to leave us. I go to school and there's so many kids whose daddy's not around. We want Daddy to be around, Mommy. So you need to learn how to be more nicer to him. And for the first time, the mom hears what the son is saying. She gets quiet. Tears begin to come down her eyes as tears are continuing to flow down the son's eyes. All of a sudden, you hear the sound of footsteps coming down the stairs. And it's daddy, his husband, coming down the stairs. He walks to the kitchen. He said, well, wife, I'm going to go ahead and empty the trash. I'm sorry that I didn't empty it 2 days ago. But I'll go ahead and empty it. Picks up the trash. And as he begins to pick up the trash, she walks over to him and she's saying, husband, no, 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 no. He's like, what did I do now, wife? She said, no, 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 no. She said, I am so sorry. I am so sorry to give you a hard time every time you come home. Baby, I love you. And I get tired of being in this house by myself and nobody to talk to. And so when you come home, I just vent on you and I'm so sorry. And I want you to accept my apology. I love you. So he hears her and he looks at her and he tilts his head and he remembers the prayer that he had just prayed for his wife. Amazed to see how quickly God works. He hugs his wife gently and he tells her, I love you and I forgive you. He kisses her on the neck. And then the son hugs both of them. So they're all three now hugging each other and celebrating. To God be the glory for this story. And I share this story because, again, the word tells us that it's better for a man to live on the rooftop of a house than to be in a house with a nagging wife. So, ladies, and granted, it can go both ways. Men can nag too, and the wife won't want to come home. But ladies, I'm speaking to you specifically. Don't be that nagging wife. Don't be that complaining wife. Be the type of wife that I plan on being, where my husband is going to look forward to coming home from work and seeing me. Seeing it as the wife that I plan on being, where my husband is going to look forward to coming home from work and seeing me. Seeing that his bath water is already made. Seeing dinner is already cooked. Seeing that the house is clean. And coming home to a woman who has her arms wide open and say, hey, baby, how was your day? Be that wife. Learn to be that wife. Be that gentle wife that just loves her husband and celebrates him and thanks him for being the man that he is. We need to speak life into our men. We need to speak victory into them. We need to speak happiness. We need to speak joy. We need to speak positivity. We need to speak words of encouragement. We need to compliment them when they look good and smell their neck and tell them they smell good. We need to tell them they are fine as all get up and your eyes are only for him. Let's lift our brothers up so they don't have a reason to be on the rooftop. Okay? Can we do that, sisters? Can we do that? And if you don't agree with me, it's okay. You're not really disagreeing with me, you're disagreeing with the word of God. I'm just giving you what he says. Let us be that helpmate that God has created us to be. Let us be that woman that stands on the side of her man and supports him and encourages him and lifts him up. That's who we should be. So I thank y'all for joining in. I just want to share that story with you as I was out on my lunch break taking my walk. I thank y'all for joining in. I just want to share that story with you as I was out on my lunch break taking my walk. Be the kind of woman, kind of wife, kind of mate. Whereas if your husband get off at kind of wife, kind of mate. Whereas if your husband get off at 5 o'clock, he gonna clock out at 48. Saying I gotta get home to my baby. When he gets home, um, he can lay his head on your shoulders, hug you, and say, "I'm glad to see you, baby. I had a rough day, but you just made everything all right." Be that kind of woman of God. Okay. I love you all. Have a great and awesome rest of your day. That's all I got for you. Smooches.